Jar, I am excited to be talking to you about Darkness of the Road. I gotta say, I finally watched The Stylist earlier this year, and I thought you were phenomenal in that movie, hands
Thank
down.
you. Thank you.
So let's talk about Darkness of the Road. What was it like playing Siri? Like, how did that all come about? Was it traditional auditioning, or like, how did it all come about?
A little bit of traditional and untraditional. The one of the producers actually I knew, and he reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reading the script, and I did, and I really loved the role. So then he put me in touch with the director, and I went in and read a couple scenes from the film,
Mhm.
and then they offered me the role. So it was kind of like I didn't have an in, but I did audition as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty much a shoe-in for the role, basically, 'cause
Well,
that's what it seemed like. In a way, it was like they trusted you. I think the
yeah, they
producers
did.
trusted you.
Yeah.
So, what was it like? Because here you are shooting, looks like the middle of like the middle of night. Must be insane in the middle of nowhere. It just looked mind blowing. Like, what was that like shooting that?
It was hard. It was really hard. It was we did like a month of overnight. So we were up all night, slept all day. And it was really cold. We were in the desert we were in like Palmdale, if you know where that is in California. And it was just really cold. And Siri is such an emotional role. So I was just shattered every night. It was really exhausting and hard.
Yeah, it seemed like that. It seemed like the emotional hit because that's because you were up all night. Shooting at nighttime. I can imagine that it really takes its toll on you
Yeah,
as an
I got
actor.
it's something weird that happens when you're up overnight, like repeatedly. You start to get a little like, I don't know, delirious.
Yeah.
Nights are weird. They mess with you. But yeah, it was just exhausting and really it's a really upsetting role. So I it was just like I was just sad for like a month.
Oh man, that's well, you did get to work with a couple people like Leia Lauren, especially as Iris. I mean, you two really hit it off. You two had some great chemistry that really made the film like really great in a way, I should say. Basically, like you two were like the foundation of the film, even though Siri's a wreck, but it seems like Iris was like the one who's trying to help you keep your composure.
Me
So,
saying, yeah.
well, yeah. So, what was it like working with Leia on the set?
It was great. The director had us, we had a lot of rehearsal time beforehand. He also, he did this cool thing where he like gave us an itinerary for the day and was like, here's the things you guys are going to do today. And like, we would have a day of like, now we go to a movie and now we go to this restaurant and now we go to this cafe. Like he would like plan out our day trips together. So before the movie started shooting, we like got to know each other and kind of got to get comfortable with each other before we were forced to be in a car
Oh,
together all night.
that's
um,
pretty cool. That's the first I've heard of like an itinerary being done like that. But
yeah,
um,
it was nice. It's nice because like you have directors tell actors like, hey, you guys should hang out before we shoot, but having them be like, here's exactly what you guys should do, kind of just made it easy. Like all we had to think about was like hanging out and getting to know each other. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
yeah, that reminds me of an ensemble cast from South Africa. They did this movie together, and they had never worked with each other. And I had talked to one of the actors, and they said like during the film, during the daytime, because they also like you, they shot at nighttime, all their stuff. During the daytime, they just like came up with ideas like to bond. They would go play laser tag. They would go out to the pubs, and they ended up gelling so well together. But not through an itinerary. They just did it for the heck of it. But just like that's what's mind blowing, like an itinerary. But it seemed to have worked because, like I said, you two have such great chemistry on the screen when it comes to that. Like when it comes to all the emotional sequences, like she tries to help you not just look for your daughter, but at the same time try to help you keep your sanity in check. It
Yeah,
seems.
yeah. We had to trust each other. So I think that that approach to it, having us hang out like that, really helped.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I don't know what's going on with Johnny Whitworth these days because it's like he went from playing. I still remember him from Empire Records. Like
Yeah.
he was like clean cut guy. Now here he is. This is the second time I see him play a creepy type of role. Of course, the first
Oh
being
yeah.
Ghost Rider 2, where he was the bad guy. Like here he's playing.
He's
I was like, I
a
was
really good bad guy.
cringy. It was so cringeworthy seeing that role. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it looked like something that come out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's like I thought something was gonna happen with that. Like he looked like he could have came out of that movie. But what
Yeah.
was it like working with him?
It was great. I think Johnny's a really amazing actor, actually. I was really impressed by him. We only had I think we only worked 2 nights on the film together. But he was great. Yeah, he was great. And I think he did an amazing job because he's not like that in person. he's
Yeah,
he's a super cool, nice guy. But yeah, he's way creepy in the movie.
I think that's what it is. He's like he's gone from playing the clean cut type, now he's playing these cringy roles, even though obviously he's the opposite in real life. I think it helps like an actor like you with the stylist. Like I'm looking at you now, I can never picture you playing someone who did what she did in that movie. Like but and then here you are in this movie playing like a single mom who's desperate looking for her daughter, but yet you come across something more sinister. And I will tell you, the scene where you open the door and that ghost like comes out of nowhere. I I was watching it literally from my tablet, and I jumped out of my seat when I saw that. I had the jump scare, but that was just insane. But it must have been great working with Eduardo Rodriguez in terms of like, did he help you? I know you played this emotional wreck and you were sad for a month, but did he help you keep your composure as well throughout the set? Like,
Yeah, Eduardo is great. I adore him. He definitely helped keep me there. He helped keep me balanced in a way because like there's a lot pretty much every scene is highly emotional in this movie. Finding a balance between not just always being like sobbing and hysterical. He kind of would guide me sometimes if it was like, hey, in this scene you're a little more determined and angry, and in this scene you're out of emotions for the minute. Like
yeah,
he kind of helped me navigate what was the right tone for each scene. But I don't love to sit in my emotion in between takes. I like to kind of like not think about it, and he's also really good at like we would crack up in between scenes because we just found each other hilarious. So it was like the perfect balance because he was professional and he gave direction perfectly, and then he also was like cool with joking around with me in between takes.
oh, thank God. All right, so he's a cool director because I'm going to be talking to him tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So
Oh
I
yay!
can't wait
I
to, so
love
I
it.
can't wait. Yeah, so I can't wait to hear what like his side of things with it. But it seems like, despite the craziness of the night shoot, it seems like um it went pretty well. I mean, there weren't any more challenges on your part, were there, besides the emotional aspect?
I mean, just like standard movie things. Yeah, it was really cold. We had like, I'm trying to think. I got hurt a couple times, but nothing like nothing big. Like I tried to break into the car at one point and I like split my finger open. It's
Ouch.
like silly, like little things like that that just happen when you're doing
Yeah.
stuff. But nothing. I did. This is hilarious. They cut a scene from the movie where I'm running and running and running, and I like pulled my quad while I was doing it. So there were like a week on set where I was in like a leg brace. I would like limp around.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it was just I was a mess. It's when it was so cold outside and I didn't stretch and I just ran and
Well,
then
look at it this way. That's called dedication. Like, don't call it injury, just call it dedication because you're being
yeah.
dedicated to the role. That's how I would see it.
Cool. I should start doing
So finally, what's next for you after Darkness of the Road? What can we see you in next that you can actually talk about?
It's a very good question. I do have another film coming out called Bits. I'm not sure when it'll be released yet, but it should be sometime next year. And then I'm in pre-production on a movie, so I start shooting another horror movie in February, which
All right.
I can't talk about yet
That's
because
okay. It doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to it either way because
yeah, but I'm really excited about it.
you
Yeah,
and you are like the new generation of the horror queens now. So you're definitely in that rank, in my opinion. especially thanks in part to the Stylist and now this film as well. So
Thank you.
I cannot wait to see you in more stuff. So
Awesome.
Darkness of the Road is coming December 14th. And Najarra, you were an amazing talent in this movie, and I cannot wait to see more of your work. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right, you take care.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.